Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about just learning a different way of speaking, like we have our accent, and how do you train your ears and your eyes to help you speak differently. Okay, so if you've been listening to a couple of my blogs, you would have heard me talk about the up-down posture as well as the standard neutral English accent, which is what I train on. So I have to say, learning how to speak a bit differently is not easy. It's doable, but it's really not that easy. Let me just move my camera a little bit. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, it is doable as an adult, but it's not that easy. So it needs commitment from you both and me, the trainer and the trainee. And you know, when we're younger, our brains are more neuroplastic, so we learn a bit faster, we adapt a bit quicker. But we still learn at a slower rate. We still learn when we get older. We're always learning, we're always changing. So all is not lost. Principles of motor learning certainly assure that we can pick up new skills even when you're 65. So do not fret. Okay, so the posture that I talked about before is your up and down posture when we are speaking in the neutral English accent. The one way we can ensure how to sound different is by using our eyes. If you think about it, when we were all babies, I'm sure all of us were babies, but at some point, we learned everything about our environment by observing, by looking. And scientifically, it is researched that we learned how to speak as well by looking at our caregivers' mouths. So we look at them intently and then we go, oh, that's how they shape their mouth, and they go ooh, ah, oh, whatever it is. So as babies, we learned how to copy speech by mirroring someone else's speech. So in that very manner, we have to apply that same principle to ourselves when we are adults. So when you are looking at someone and you're watching them speak, for example, if you're watching this video and you're going, look, I'm going to really observe Tilla's oral resonators. So you'll be looking at my lips, my tongue, which you can hardly see, and my jaw, literally how much my jaw moves when I am talking. Okay, and also how much of lip rounding I do. Not that much I'm doing, but you have to look at someone's mouth to be aware and compare it to yours. Do you move your mouth as much? Do you open your mouth as much? Do you round your lips? Or is your tongue quite flat and you do not move many things like what I just did right now? Okay, so if you want to practice, you can have a look at yourself in the mirror. Say a couple of sounds like t, t, t. See how I say it and see how you say it and compare it. Just like that. That's one thing, looking at your eyes or using your eyes to help you learn. Second way you can help you learn is to train your ears, the ones that all of us have, to listen. In this digital world, all of us are plugged into something, always, constantly. Trains, buses, cars, everywhere. We're always listening to something. So I'd say either find a podcast, find a newscaster, find someone's speech you really, really like. And I'd say ensure that they have a neutral English accent before you listen to them speak. And when you are training and listening to someone, start paying attention to the words that you often are unsure. So listen to how they say the word they, their, those kind of words, you know, common words. Listen to their vowels. Listen to their consonants. How did they say g? How did they say tomato, something like that? Words that really kind of get to you. Listen to those words and think, how am I saying that differently? And the more you listen to someone's words and speech, the more you'll comprehend their melody. That's what you really, really want. The main part of awareness or change to anything, the main part of change to anything is awareness and identification of differences between you and the speaker. Okay, so the way you have to realize what you're saying that's different to the other speaker. So most of my clients come to me and go, I can't get the difference, and that's actually not quite true. Most of you know that you are different if you're sounding different to the accent that you want to follow. So there's a couple of things you can do. Write a list of things that you often hate to say because you get mistaken on or you get misunderstood on. So that's a list of words, and then maybe get a trusted friend or send them to me. I don't know. Or search Google. I say how to say them with the English accent, and then record yourself saying it first before you compare it to the other speech, and then you know how different you are with that speech. I will do up a speech sound list and put it up at some point, but at the moment I would suggest that if you have your own list of words you struggle with, then that makes your learning a bit more personalized, a lot more meaningful than a random list of words which you might not ever use. And being really, really aware of differences in speech sounds is essential. Okay, really essential. So start tuning into my speech, your speech, and everybody else's speech that's around you. Don't do that constantly throughout the day. That'll drive you crazy. So pick certain times, maybe when you're watching TV for 15 minutes, that's enough. That's long enough. Or even this video, if it's 5 minutes, just observe the speaking for 5 minutes and go, oh, I think she's in a different melody to me, different tone. And keep listening to my videos, and I will be posting a lot more different speaking and lots more different techniques that we can use. Okay, but write that list and then you can send it to me or whatever it is, and we can take it from there. Have a lovely day. See ya.